and chickens, cold beans and spinach, a cabin on the fringes. Let's raise them all on our own. Let's raise them and make this a home. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep. Cows and meat hogs, plow mules and squirrel dogs, wood piles of burned logs. Let's raise them up to the clouds. Let's raise them until the Lord comes down. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep. If we need it or break it, we'll fix it or make it. With these hands we'll scrape it right out of the dirt. The load is heavy and time ain't cheap, but hard work makes for easy sleep.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Yeah, TGIW, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to the IRONWORX, streaming live on the ironrealmmedia YouTube and Rumble channels. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. I was going to say now, to be fair, I've not heard anybody actually speak. I see Walter trying. This might be a me issue, not a Walter issue. Yeah. Let's do...
Hey, Josh?
Yeah, now we're good. Fucking Teams.
Are you?
Teams just wants to switch shit up on me. My fault.
Yeah. Are you hearing us?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, good. So, was somebody explain to me what the fuck these purple things are?
Well, near as I can tell, you know how people come into chat and they say first or second? I think YouTube does that for you now.
Yeah, I thought that too at first until it was all not in order any longer. And then now I'm currently number one, and I definitely wasn't the first one in there. So what
Purple
is it?
thing. I don't see a purple thing.
Top fans,
Yeah, it's
maybe?
probably on.
Top commenters?
Oh, top fans. I bet I heard that talked about somewhere on the video not too long ago.
If you click on one of those purple things.
If you click on it, top fans, there it is, and I was. So how do you determine who's... Oh, I'm still number one. Yeah, still number one. Yeah, what have I done to create this?
I think the amount of comments, possibly.
Or the size of your donation to the YouTube NGOs.
There is also whatever you just said. Wow. Okay, something new to distract you from content and what's being talked about.
Right. Yeah, that's a thing.
I don't know what's been going on.
Enjoying work? Still like doing nothing?
Yeah. It's I've been with this older guy all week. Cranky old man. I get along real well with cranky old guys. But yeah, I'm actually learning how it's supposed to be done. We're still not doing much. I mean, been pretty lucky with where they've had to work and whatnot. We can set things up without having to shut down. Well, one road we had to shut down completely. Some power lines fell. Some truck ran into a pole and knocked it onto a house. That was pretty wild. So we had just shut down a whole road. But just stuff like that. I just stand at one end, tell people to turn around. Go back the other way. Yeah, not bad at all. Sometimes, you get out a little bit early. Sometimes by a little, you mean a lot. But yeah, it's like those guys are just on call, right? In case something, they're there for outages. And if there's no outages, they still have to be there the whole time and get their 10 hours in. And we have to be there for them. So we get our 10 hours in. But sometimes they'll be like, hey, we don't plan on doing anything. You guys can send your guys home. But we're still on call until at least 4:30 in the afternoon. So we get sent home, early and still get paid for the 10 hours. I'm not complaining at all. Hey man, those guys up in those buckets fixing the power lines, that's crazy work. There's 7,200 volts running through that thing with amperage on it. And it's not like they shut it down to work on it. Like when they're changing over lines and replacing stuff up there, the lines are hot. They got these big, huge insulated rubber things that go up all the way past their shoulders, and then big, huge insulated gloves. They said if they didn't have those, the bucket's not grounded, of course, right? It's insulated. But they said they still get a good zap if they were to touch that with their bare hands. Yeah, it's super dangerous work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, still not a fan of electricity work. I did enough of it on the arcade games and got shocked at time 6 and like, yeah, you know what? I don't care how careful you are. Eventually you get a zap. At least you did up inside of a cabinet that's like, you know, 1.5 by 1.5 feet. Trying to move stuff and rearrange wires and pack them back and run them through little plastic sheathings to keep them out of the way, you know, like they do on the ISS.
Right, Bill and Tommy? How do they fit those giant balls into that little bucket? I know it.
Right. What is this? So we have a person.
Kind of working, I guess, because I've got a bunch of stuff I have to do online as far as getting certificate. Blah blah blah. OSHA, this and that, yada yada yada.
Right.
Instead of going in and sitting there for 8 hours a day, they kind of let you do it on your own time. I got 3 months to do it. There's only like 10 of them or 11. I think I got maybe 6 more to do. I should have it done by the end of the week. But no, I'm liking it. Can't wait for it to cool off a little bit. This 95 plus weather since I've been working.
Yeah, well, if Josh's roads are any indication, that's not going to be happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I've not heard anything recently, but it just seemed awfully odd. There were roads buckling here and there and everywhere here around St. Louis.
Never heard of roads buckling because of heat.
No, not just all of a sudden out of nothing. Nope. Sounds more like this liquid that we're all floating on is doing some stuff that we may not be ready for, to me. But hey, I just think we live on a floating pond, essentially. And speaking of, I see a friend that I'm not familiar with. Hello, no, with a line through it. I don't know if that's how you say that.
Not no.
Not no? Ah, there you go. Anyway, asking here in the chat. Oh man, it rolled. There it is. Any thoughts on the moon being a mirror reflection of the realm? Yeah, we bandied that topic about quite a bit over the years here at Iron Realm. We've discussed it amongst ourselves. We've had a few people on that discussed it. We actually had someone who was championing the idea. Damn it, no channel name's broken in my head. What is it? Help me, somebody.
I forget.
Yeah.
Better doubt, better no doubt, better doubt. Oh, goddamn.
Jones Sinaj.
No, that was the early days. I'm talking about more recently. We had the guy who was doing the like serious work, like taking the maps and the not just the maps, but the
magnetic declination
contour maps of the fucking oceans and shit, and showing how it was like pretty much lining up and caused so much ruckus that it literally was causing fights and shit and chaps. Okay, well, this must have touched a nerve. So, damn it, better doubt, better not, better doubt, no. Oh shit. But yeah, Jones Sinaj, that's definitely early days. I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah, I don't necessarily recognize a new one.
Wow, really? Because he was like awesome. Is anybody in chat going to help me with this? Because Josh don't remember.
They're not.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm at a loss.
Like he was nailing it. Like you don't remember, Zack remembers, don't you, Zack? You seem to have a recollection.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The guest, you remember him, but I can't remember the channel name. Yeah. And he did a great presentation and was working on the next part. And it'll come to me. Not know at some point. But yeah, we definitely are familiar and aware of it. Now, whether that's the case is definitely a debatable topic, heavily debated. And good thing Karen's not in chat. No, I'm just being silly. Definitely not one of her favorite topics. Damn it. Better. Damn it, it's going to come to me. Better known as wrong thing. It just hit my head. Is that right? Is that right?
So, yeah.
That sounds
That's
familiar.
it. I just typed the better in and it popped right up. Better known as Wrong Thing channel. I'll drop it for you know. If you haven't seen his work, which at this point is a bit dated. I see his most recent volume 3 hit actually in like 9 months ago, which I totally missed, even though, you know, ring that bell and thoroughly subscribe. So it looks like we need to reach out to Michael. It seems like, yeah, there it is. Anyway, check out his channel. No, not no. Hell no. Oh, I've gone away from our channel looking for his channel. Awesome stuff. I know there's a chat I can put this in somewhere. Man, I'm glad we're doing this in the morning when I'm not awake yet. Boom, not no. Go check out better known as Wrong Thing. Absolutely. Have your friends show up with us anytime. We definitely are always open to have someone come by. In fact, if you wanted to hop in and talk about that, you're definitely welcome. We kind of have an open door policy here for the most part, a lot of the times. So definitely you and or your friend, welcome to discuss that or any other topic. What's up, Matt? And Bill? Apparently
Yeah, I
you get
guess
75 points and that's all you get, because I'm at 75 maxed out. Haven't been able to add any further points, no matter how many texts I type.
I didn't see a rating system, the point system. Interesting.
Oh, you don't see that 75 points at the top?
Oh, now
of your
I
chat?
see. You're
Thing
building
like that?
XP, experience points until you what? Level up?
Until you what? Right, because I've hit 75 and been there. I haven't gone up anything. I don't have a suit of glass armor or nothing.
It's pay to play, Walter.
Oh, is that it? There you go. That makes sense.
You get 3 new skill points. You just don't get to distribute them yet.
Right. Speaking of pay to play, I had kind of stopped playing Pokemon again due to their pay to play leanings. I mean, that was part of why I had quit playing quite a few years ago. Part of it was the aftermath of what all went down during the pandemic. Not just the fact that most people quit going out and grouping up, but just the family that I played with all had quit playing. And so, quit playing. I was, playing by myself, trying to keep it going, grouping up with people I would meet up with there a couple towns over. And it just isn't the same if you don't have someone in your life who plays with you. If you have to go meet up and run across 2-hour drives and all that stuff, it just really isn't worth that effort. And then again, the pay to play upon my last return to the game was pretty extensive. But now, yeah, it's gotten ridiculous. Like, it's to the point that, like, during this last weekend, they had a fest thing going on, like their Go Fest thing they have every year, and you can participate for free, or you spend $10 to get a guaranteed encounter with this certain hard to find rare Pokemon, or you pay $15 and you might get a shiny version of that super rare, thing to get. And it just, it's gotten, and it literally $20 Here's your gold coin. Turn any of your Pokemon into a 100 IV top tier Pokemon for $20. I'm like, are you kidding? That's like literally now you are paying to win. That is just, yeah. So I probably have played my last weekend for a while. Till the next time everybody jumps back in to see how it's going. But yeah, really disappointing. Now there is also in the gaming chat, since we're talking about gaming, there's a big, is it Steam having a big sale right now? Pretty sure. Yeah, Steam summer sale happening. So if you are a gamer who doesn't like spending huge amounts on triple tier games, there are definitely some great ones on sale right now that I've already had in my wish list that are now all showing me, hey, I'm on sale, trying to get me to buy them. I probably will get one or two, but I don't know. I just don't play as many games as I used to. And when you get a free one at least once a week, if not more, it's kind of silly to spend money on games, but hey. But hey.
But hey.
Yeah, I don't do the whole pay to play. Not a fan. Like you said, there's so many free ones out there.
Yeah. Yep.
And I like the ones where, kind of like Fortnite, where you can pay to get this or that or this, but it's not going to help you any in the actual gameplay. Like, you don't get better stuff because you give money. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of here early. I got to be on the job site by 6.
Well, damn.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely early.
Sitting here counting on my fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but means we get out a little bit earlier. Get my 10-hour day done by 4 in the afternoon. Oh, off Friday. They take the 4th of July off.
Yeah, tails off for Friday. You tell me.
Don't even have 90 days in, but I still get paid for Friday. I like that.
Pretty sweet.
I signed up to work it, though. If they need, I'm on call over the weekend. You guys got any plans for the 4th?
Not doing anything that anybody else is doing, probably. No, we might go to her, we might go to her sister's that weekend, I think I heard. I'm not sure if that's the case, but we might. We don't have like a big to-do or nothing planned.
I figured I'd go out, start lighting $1 bills on fire.
Right. A lot quieter.
Yeah, out of respect for all the vets and all the dogs in the neighborhood, I just thought I'd burn my money right in my front yard.
Instead of buying fireworks?
Uh-huh.
So something I've come across, not super recently, but I had to like look for something new again recently, so it reminded me. I found, so cats have these little licky treats. I don't know if anybody who doesn't have a cat's not aware of this, but it's like a little tube of this goo, like flavored stuff, whatever. It's made out of meat or something, I guess. I don't know what it is, but they like to lick it up. And if you stand there with the tube and squeeze out a little bit at a time, they'll lick it right off the end of the tube. Or if you have 8 cats in the house, you get a plate and you put little dots down on the plate so everybody can, try to out lick each other. And then I was at a, pet store, whatever, and saw these textured little mats that you use for this goo, that you put the goo into it, and then you kind of maybe use a spatula to make sure it gets down in those treads and down in those textures so that it's a chore for them to lick it out. It's not just quick lapped up and gone. It becomes a project. And in the literature that was stapled to that silicone mat, it talked about that it can be used for calming animals during fireworks, literally in those words. So is that anything anyone's heard about? It's like licking stuff out of grooves, some kind of a zen place for an animal that I didn't really understand?
Especially dogs. Yeah. Dogs have a real nervous energy, and one of the ways they dispel their nervous energy is through licking.
Interesting.
Shaking, panting. You see dogs like shake off their stress. They do that a lot, just panting. But yeah, licking is a big thing to self-soothe for dogs.
Interesting. I didn't know that was actually a functional thing until I got that mat. And then when I was looking for a new one, just because I have outside cats that I was going to get one for, I read that again on it and was like, oh yeah, interesting. So ever gave it a try? Just wondering during those times. Do your dogs freak out? Do the rabbits freak out, for that matter?
So last year, we didn't have yin and yang. So I'm not entirely sure how the kids are going to do. Seems like the other bunnies did okay last year. Dogs don't do very well. They'll hide under the bed and shake and lick and not want to go outside to go to the bathroom.
Oh, shit.
But other than that, it's not too terrible. And luckily, it does seem like things have quieted down around here. At least since the first year we were here. Maybe it was the second. All I know is I was on mushrooms and completely sick to my stomach and was laying out in the grass, vomiting. So that was fun. And I just remember all the booms rolling through the Ozark Hills. Just thinking, because it just seemed to build and build and build and build to a crescendo, and it was just absolutely insane. But nothing like that since. We got some new neighbors a couple weeks ago, so we're going to see if they're big fireworks people. Hopefully they're not. It's been pretty quiet around here, given they really started selling and opened up the tents last weekend. I expected last weekend and most of all of this week to just kind of be firework laden.
You know, that you say that, yeah, that's usually what exactly is what's going on by this point in time. So maybe they've really buckled down on it, maybe in the area here. I know usually, the tents go up on the side of the road in the next parish over. You can't buy them in St. Mary Parish, but you can in Iberia Parish because, laws. And yeah, that, man, did we see tents going to Lafayette the other day? Now that I'm thinking about it, there could have been a whole change of fireworks in my state, and I not be aware of it. Once the children were out of the house, I stopped spending $500 into the air. So, and that was back in the day. So yeah, I haven't partaken like that. And now saying you can't buy them in our parish for a little while when the kids were still at home, they had opened up a fireworks stand on the reservation, which sits right here in St. Mary Parish. But being that they are their own sovereign nation, they apparently could do that. So you would pull up into that neighborhood and get in line about 5 or 6 blocks away from the little tiny driveway that went back down the drive of this dude's house to his back shed area where he was selling fireworks. Really was a very sus setup. But yeah, I haven't really heard any fireworks leading up to the 4th as I normally do this year.
Yeah. I heard a couple of booms last night, but other than that, it's really been quiet.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the first half of the IRONWORX. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we did.
Oh. Yeah, sorry we missed you all on Monday. I still didn't have any internet. I'm still half expecting it to drop off at some point this morning because I don't trust them.
How long did it take before you got it back? Just wondering.
That afternoon.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because Dixie works from home on Fridays and on Mondays. Yeah, it was nuts. Just enough to piss me off. All right, don't you guys go anywhere because we've got 3 more segments of the Ironworks coming up right after this.
I've been seeking validation like ever since graduation. My faith is constantly wasted on instant gratification. I lack a healthy structure. My head is basically lightning and thunder, mad at each other. I used to fight with my brother, but now I fight back the tears from all the pain and the fear I felt from over the years. I'm starting to see it clear. I'm starting to let it go. It's hard, but I've learned the ropes. I'm stepping out of my casket. I thought you deserved to know. Can you dig me up from underneath? I don't need your prayers or sympathy. I'm looking for the answer. I can't cure the cancer. Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? 'Cause I've been in enough then. Enough then. And now I'm on my last breath. My last breath. So can you dig me up yet? Up yet? My shallow breathing is teeming with self-doubt. I do my best, just trying to figure it out. I've spent a lot of life thinking something is wrong. I spent a lot of life just trying to play along. Courage is key inside this world that we live in. My second guessing's not impressive. It's a physical sickness. It keeps me buried in the dirt. Yeah, I can taste my defeat. I used to think it made me special. Now it makes me feel weak. Can you dig me up from underneath? I don't need your prayers or sympathy. I'm looking for the answer. I can't cure the cancer. Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? 'Cause I've been in enough yet. Enough yet? And now I'm on my last breath. My last breath. So can you dig me up yet? Up yet? Walk with me and you'll see underneath. I'm not who I used to be. I'm not who I used to be. Dig me up from underneath and you'll see. I'm not who I used to be. I'm not who I used to be. I'm looking for the answer. I can't cure the cancer. Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? 'Cause I've been in enough dead. Enough dead. And now I'm on my last breath. My last breath. So can you dig me up yet? Up yet? Have I had enough yet? Enough yet? 'Cause I've been in enough dead. Enough dead. And now I'm on my last breath. My last breath. So can you dig me up yet? Up yet? Hey, you guys!
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on The Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days. The first day seemed like a week, and the second day seemed like 5 days, and the third day seemed like a week again, and the fourth day seemed like 8 days. But the fifth day, you went to see your mother, and that seemed just like a day. But then you came back, and then later, on the sixth day in the evening when we saw each other, that started seeming like 2 days. So in the evening, it seemed like 2 days spilling over into the next day, and that started seeming like 4 days. So at the end of the 6th day, on into the 7th day, it seemed like a total of 5 days. And the 6th day seemed like a week and a half.
Welcome back. Second half of the first half of the Ironworks kicking off right now. I did want to give a big shout out to the Tinfoil Sombrero. Thanks for having IRM, the whole crew from ironrealmmedia on. Last was Walt and I just last Sunday night.
Yep, that was fun. Had a fun time. And we got to hang out with Cami, which we rarely get to do here at Iron Realm.
And then a reminder, this Saturday, I will be on Truther's Hour of Comedy, THC, with Michael LaBrash. We're going to be on with Alex Michael, Conspiracy Music Guru, and we're going to be talking conspiracies with ChatGPT. So that's going to be interesting to see what it tells us.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Very cool. Sorry, I'm distracted trying to play catch up in chat. Interesting.
Zach, did you catch that latest Bay Area transparency?
I believe so.
The one with the 2 security guards that didn't want to be recorded? The one where you got hit in the face?
Yeah.
That seemed real suspect. I was just seeing in chat comments about all the comments about possible terrorist attacks coming for the 4th of July weekend. And there was just something really off about those 2 security guards. It just seemed real suspect to me. Maybe I'm just racist, I don't know. But just the degree to which that one security guard refused to have his face shown, to the point that he would attack him, and there was just something really, just seemed odd. A little off more than usual about those 2 particular security guards.
I mean, with all the First Amendment auditors out there, I don't understand how that's not like less than 1 in class. All the lawsuits and everything that have been had, I just don't get it. That's the distribution. Waiting on Unk. That's what everybody calls him. Big old white beard. He's got an accent. My goodness. I have to double think sometimes. Like, what did he just say? Oh, man. Another day, another die.
All right. Lucky you.
Yeah.
I'm down to about 47 cents after government takes their cut.
Yeah. They just lowered income tax, state income tax here in South Carolina, too. Even more.
Nice.
I believe it's not the lowest, because there are, like, Florida doesn't even have an income tax.
Yeah, we're going to lose ours in the very near future. There's been talk about it for the last couple of years, but we're getting pretty damn close, and I bet you will.
Meanwhile, we're at 10.25%.
Quit
you
it.
very much.
Your state income tax is 10%?
Yep.
Jesus.
Welcome to Louisiana.
Got to pay for that bridge.
hire the mathematicians to figure out the Earth curve for that bridge.
That could be sales tax I'm thinking about, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud.
Even 10% sales tax, a little outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Welcome to the Napoleon Law.
Wow. Laura says 13%. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And gotta pay the tax, man.
Do you, though?
Well, if you don't want to end up in prison.
Louisiana has a combined average state and local sales tax rate of 9.56%. I knew it was 10, almost, if not over.
Friggin' nuts.
And then I go to Oregon to visit, and there's no sales tax. And I'm like, wait, it costs how much? Wait, what?
As much
Until
as
you
it
go in the
does,
dispensary, and then it's 25% tax. What was that, Si?
Is it like when you go in and it says it costs this much, and you go to pay, and then it costs that much?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, wait, what happened? There was one?
Brought all this extra money. You're not charging me.
Guess I'm headed back to the dispensary, see if I can get rid of some of that.
I learned an interesting fact, I think, about that huge piece of property up there in the Redwood Forest. The Bohemian Grove. You know who started that? You know who bought that property up there in the Redwood Forest? The Bohemian Grove?
Who's that?
Seems like I did at one point, but it's not coming to me now.
It was a fella named Samuel Clemens.
Old Mark Twain himself.
The old Mark Twain himself was the originator of the Bohemian Grove. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I think you might have learned that from Alex Jones, who was recently on with Glenn Beck in The Blaze, which I also thought was interesting, because that represents like the first 15 years of my conspiracy journey, basically starting with Glenn Beck and then rolled into Alex Jones.
Yep, I went down those roads. I was, before Glenn Beck, I was listening to, what's that one guy's name? Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Never could get into
just
Rush.
something on the radio.
Yeah, I had a friend that kept trying to get me hard into, like, you got to listen. He's talking about everything, da-da-da-da-da. And so I listened, like, going to work or whatever, about 10 minutes, and then finally, like, click the music back on. I was never overly a huge talk radio fan or anything. I mean, Art Bell, finding that late nights on AM stations on long drives, that was kind of like the hunt, and there's Art Bell, or there's George Murray or whatever, and that was about the extent of it for me. I kind of missed a whole lot of those guys, the talky dudes. I'd rather, if I got a radio on, it's gonna have music coming out of it, and most of the time I won't have a radio on. I'll have my own music on. I very rarely listened to the radio growing up because I didn't like being programmed to. Well, growing up I did, because it used to be cool, but once I became aware of demographics and radio formatting that quickly changed once I reached my teenage years, I stopped listening to the radio. And then once I worked at the radio station and really saw how programmed it was and how many A songs you played an hour and how many B songs you played an hour and all that crap, I was like, yeah, this has nothing to do with talent or music or anything else. But I digress. Mini rant over. I fucking hate the radio.
I love y'all. You guys have a good rest of your day.
You be careful, sir.
You going Friday?
Morning?
I mean,
yeah.
We'll be going Friday morning. That is the plan. As far as Friday night goes,
cool.
I don't know, unless something comes up real fast. I don't know.
Sounds good. All right. I love y'all.
Love you, brother. Be careful. Be safe.
Yep. Love you. Have a good day.
Yes, absolutely, Melissa. That's me too. If I'm not streaming music, I've got a CD going or just turned off, basically, listening to the road noise. I think it drives Michelle nuts when she's got the radio on and a commercial comes on and I give it a few seconds and she hasn't turned it to more music somewhere else. And I kind of grumble and she's just like, well, you can't wait a few minutes. I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear that. That's why I listen to the streaming music. And those types of topics, music and radio and programming and, the mind control therein and the rituals thereof and all that will most likely be topics that will be discussed upon the solo sombrero. Is that what it's going to be called?
It's either going to be solo sombrero because each one of the hosts is doing a solo show, right, or it's going to be called Solo Sombreros because each one is doing a solo show. So it's whatever.
So there you go. Rico has invited me to be part of the first one, which will be a music-centered one in that we will be discussing sorry, I got sidetracked by something Daz wrote. What? Hey, Walt had his own cable TV access show. Yeah, no, that wasn't censored in any way. We pretty much talked about everything we wanted to. We definitely did. And if you would like to laugh at some of that, if you go to my little channel and dig around, you might see some of the early days of the reality check show that my sister-in-law and I and a few other people behind the scenes did back in the late 90s on Acadiana Open Channel there in Lafayette, Louisiana. I think I put 2 up, maybe 3. I know I did. I put the one up with the skull, with the Star Child skull there we had at the studio. And then I know I did one where, did I do the one we had with, I don't think I did actually. I was looking for that one, the one we did with Stan Friedman, but I don't think I ever found the tape that had that on it. I think I had borrowed that away to one of my cousins a few years prior. Anyway, there's some of those old shows lurking around on my channel. I think I put them up on Iron Realm channel as well. So, if you would like to see some late 90s hairdos and whatnot. There was talk at one point of getting that show going again, probably prior to 2020 stuff, I would guess. It was bandied about. But they had been And by they, I mean my sister-in-law and her husband, who was actually behind the camera. John was behind the cameras, as well as a gentleman named Peter behind the cameras and producing and directing and all that. And those three people who were, a huge chunk of Reality Check all became in, I guess, like early 2000s. Prior to 2010, I'm pretty sure they had gotten into this whole anime thing and started doing an anime related convention locally there in Lafayette, which then blossomed into literally the biggest anime convention in the South. I don't know. It was huge. They had it in New Orleans every year and would have guests come from all over the countries, various countries, like Japanese artists and musicians and voice actors. He had Optimus Prime from the old cartoon in the 80s show up one time, had him there. I mean, they threw down, they did some stuff. So that kind of took a lot of their energy and stuff, and that's why we didn't relaunch it back prior to 2020. Hi, but now that thing has been put in mothballs, you never know. I might talk her into doing something. I just need to get her to show up over here is what I've been trying to do. It's just logistical to get her to do such a thing. It's nigh impossible with her schedule. She is now a teacher, which is not technically accurate. She is a linguist. Damn it, there's a word for it. Speech therapy person, kids who can't speak or communicate correctly. There's a word for it. I know. Anyway, that's what she does. Hi, Rizzo. How are you? How are you? I have kitty time now. Let me get the cameras. Oh, now she's turned the other way. The camera shot won't be nearly as pleasant in that direction. Come on, turn back around. Come see Daddy. You guys see me? Uh-oh, what happened? I don't see my camera no more.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
I didn't. That's what you did. You've got me way in the bottom corner now. Or is that something that they did walking across the keyboard? It's very possible, I know, as she has done it 3 times since I put the camera on. Hi, sweetie. You like to be in on the keyboard? You like to be in on the keyboard? This is Mama. This is Rizzo. Yeah. Yeah, he's the Mama. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, he's sweetie. Yes, my sweetie. Yeah, goodness. Can y'all hear her purring like I can? Noise. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know where all the cats have been off too. Not only have they not been shooting fireworks and the roads have been buckling, things have been off really. The cats have all been quite off. Like Bender is usually here as soon as I'm sitting down. Or no, as soon as I get up, he's usually underfoot, helping me make coffee and hopping up on the counter and all that, to usually be followed quickly by Ripley, who wants to get in the sink and drink straight from the faucet there. And so, yeah, they've all been not normal in their routines. Of course, I have been kind of throwing their routine off myself with the feeding being a bit late now that I'm going back to the gym on a regular basis. The classes tend to be right about 5 o'clock, so that's usually right before their feeding time, so I don't want to do it too early and mess them up, so I wind up doing it too late and messing them up, huh? Yeah, Daddy, what you doing, Daddy? Anyway. All right, that's enough kitty cams. But yeah, Bender's definitely been acting. I think, he's found a hidey hole up in the upper reaches of the house where he can go hide away and be in the heat the hotter part, you know. So that's his new thing, is to shimmy up that way and go high up top, out of sight until he's ready to come down. Anyway, oh wow, we sure have almost done another segmentation. What is going on? I see discussions about YouTube taking their big chunk of the money, and which is why we aren't monetized. If someone was looking to do a super chat, perhaps there in chat, is that what had started in the discussion? I'm trying to go back up and see, but yeah, I see Nemo dropping our PayPal link. Thank you, Nemo. That is something we don't really do enough of, ever, asking for that assistance, because we really aren't expecting that assistance, but we definitely appreciate that assistance. It might actually be in the show description. Is it, Josh? I know it used to be, but I know some days things get crazy. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. There's also a link to the store if you want a shirt or a mug, I guess. And if you're really, really a fan of President, talk to me. I might have a secret shirt hidden on the site that you can't access without me giving you access to it. Just say it. So far, I'm still hanging on to President. I haven't been dissuaded by anything that has been revealed or done yet. We'll see. Even the live music we got a taste of from the Download Festival that has been posted now from a few different angles with people in the crowd filming while there. It was quite a nice little live presentation. They definitely slammed pretty heavy live. And we heard 3 new songs that we haven't actually had released by the band yet. So that was also kind of cool. I know they're doing a European tour right now since they're over there for the Download Festival. But I just assumed, or not a tour, they were doing a show. I assume it's like, okay, we're really from America and we just happen to be here for the Download Festival, whoever we all are. So let's do this one-off at some club in London, I think. Turns out they're actually doing a tour there in Europe. So one begins to wonder if perhaps the singer or even the rest of the band might be members of that country and not American at all. I don't know.
I don't know either. We've only got about 90 seconds or so. Ish. Before we
I
hit
watched
the
something with Chino just recently, and I definitely am still thinking he must be the guy in the mask. Hi again. Are you back to see me? All right. I dropped something, but I don't remember where I dropped it. I think in the chat on IRONWORX. I don't think I did it in show prep.
I got it.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, I grabbed it because it was
cool though.
Arrested Youth was the song I played at the halfway point on the first half. And it reminded me of the band that you...
Right? That's why I went and looked for that band. That's exactly why I went and looked. I'm like, you know, that vibes quite a bit like these boys here. Let me go. I'm going to find something old. So I dug way back to, I think, their first album, if not their second. Pretty much their early day stuff. Hey, crazy girl, you gonna bite me?
Yep.
Why are you biting?
This is one of the good ones. So don't you guys go anywhere, because we've still got another hour left of the IRONWORX coming up right after this.
fine and dandy, but then by the time I find it handy to rip my heart apart and start planning my crash landing, I go up, 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 up to the ceiling. Then I feel my soul start leaving like an old man's hair receding. I'm bleeding, bleeding, so pleased on my knees repeatedly, asking why it's got to be like this. Is this living free? I don't want to be the one that lets the sun's blood on my hands out to the moon. Take this weapon, force in darkness. Some see a pen, I see a harpoon. I'll stay awake, 'cause the dark's not taking prisoners tonight. Why am I not scared in the morning? I don't hear those voices calling. I must have kicked them out. I must have kicked them out. I swear I heard demons yelling those crazy words they were spelling. They told me I was gone. They told me I was gone. But I'll tell them, why won't you let me go? Do I threaten all your plans? I'm insignificant. Please tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. Whatever I become, I'll tell them. On the eve of a day that's forgotten and faking the truth, they wait in close anticipate the start of a day when we put on our face a mess that portrays that we don't need grace. On the eve of a day that is bigger than us, but we open our eyes 'cause we're told that we must in the trees of the realms and the culture that bleed, desperately yelling at something we need. I'm not free. I ask forgiveness 3 times, same amount that I denied. I 3-time MVP this crime. I'm afraid to tell you who I adore. Won't tell you who I'm singing towards metaphorically. I'm a whore and that's denial number 4. I'll stay awake, 'cause the dark's not taking prisoners tonight. Why am I not scared in the morning? I don't hear those voices calling. I must have kicked them out. I must have kicked them out. I swear I heard demons yelling those crazy words they were spelling. They told me I was gone. They told me I was gone. But I'll tell them, why won't you let me go? Do I threaten all your plans? I'm insignificant. Please tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. Whatever I become, I'll tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. Whatever I become, I'll tell them. I'll tell them. I'll tell them. I'll tell them. Please tell them you have no plans for me. I will set my soul on fire. What have I become? I'm sorry.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your head.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Ba, 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 bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Beautiful day. Ba, 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 bow. It's a beautiful day. Ding, ding, ding.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworks.
Yes, thank you guys for hanging out. So it has come to my attention that we probably need to go in and update our template for the show description there on YouTube. For everybody who doesn't post and do content on YouTube, there's a way you can kind of streamline it a bit by setting up all that stuff that it says over there, you know, email and all the links, Rockfin and Odyssey and all those things we don't do anymore. And the merch and the PayPal. And I did click on both of those and could not reach either one through those links we currently have there. So as with most things YouTube related, they like to change stuff for you to make it so much easier to, you know, get paid and put content they don't like out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very possible that they've updated those links for us. So we'll go in at some point and go fix it so it will no longer be incorrect. But I definitely put the correct link for the t-shirts there. Oh wait, I've lost my number one position. Oh, what happened, Ian? You got it. That's funny. I guess for the next hour you get 125 points. Is that what's going on? Fucking distraction. What's up, Kevin? I'm assuming Josh has dropped the correct PayPal link there in chat as well. I was looking to do that next, but
it was the one I grabbed from PayPal, so we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Well, like again, those links both didn't work for me either. It wasn't like an out of the country or any of that.
So
for those of you who
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the reason the links don't work is because the hyperlink ends up getting shortened.
Yep.
And sometimes I copy and paste from other places back into the YouTube description or from the YouTube description. So when they shorten the hyperlinks to just the ellipses, sometimes the hyperlink breaks.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. I see questions about the purple 1, 2, and 3 there in the chat. You were late to the show. You didn't hear us discussing that. First thing, literally going, what the hell's this? Apparently there's a new way to distract you in chat to keep you from concentrating on this amazing content that we're putting out. So I guess the number of texts or messages you drop into the chat gives you a certain number of points. First hour of the show, that was up to 75 points. It has now been increased up to 125 XP. I've got 125 XP somehow. I'm not number one. Connie is now number one with Ian. And is that Melissa? Yes, that is Melissa. Following in second and third. So there you go. I don't know how to tell you to get into the number one position other than keep chatting away. If you're on a phone listening and watching our show and chatting, it's most likely that you will not be seeing those purple 1, 2, and 3 in the chat. I see people going, what are you talking about? Zack wasn't seeing them, and I know he does the show on his phone in the morning, so.
It's weird. I never bothered to check on my phone. Maybe it's
new social credit score system, Justin said. Yeah, but most likely. Ah, the Patreon link. I didn't check it. Thank you, Chad. Chad. Who the fuck is Chad? Oh, well, Billy Tino says he sees them on the phone. I don't know. It could be a version of your phone's operating system that you don't have it yet. I don't know. I'm not a YouTubeologist. I just work here. Yeah, everybody says they're seeing them on their phones, so I don't know why some people are not seeing them. But yeah, currently the only 3 people with the purple marks would be Ian, Connie, and Melissa. What's up, Raven? Raven sees them.
Nemo asked earlier. I've got one. I don't know. My Cash App link. Seems like the only thing I really use Cash App for is giving other people money. I don't really use it for other direction. Speaking of which, big shout out to Thunder Chicken. Enjoying the order that I received.
Nice.
Yes, very nice. Very deep terpenes. Very deep notes of the different terpenes. I don't know. Quite flavorful it was.
Yeah, I remember that with the, what was it, blueberry muffin, I believe it was. That was, he had there at the festival. Yeah, that was quite tasty, quite terpy.
In fact, I need to break some up and fill up my dugout. I posted a picture over there on Patreon of Yennefer with my dugout in her mouth. I was sitting on the bed the other night, and Yennefer and Yango were up on the bed doing their thing, and she just hopped over and just picked it up in her mouth, and she was just so excited to have something. She was just hopping around the bed from corner to corner, from the head to the foot, just hopping around, happy to have this dugout in her mouth. And it literally took about 5 minutes of us chasing her around before we could get a hold of that dugout and get it out of there. So, just a picture of her with my wooden dugout in her mouth, hanging out.
It's kind of like the cat. That belongs to Daddy. I need to have it. It's important to him. It must be something I need to have. There's my floss. Damn it, I was looking for that all night. Thank goodness. So I probably have shared this trick with those here before, and if I haven't, well, hold on. Time for some homespun, old school grandma wisdom. So my mother suffered from night cramps in her legs a lot. And I seem to recall her trying to take something for it from a doctor and it not really doing what it was supposed to do to help her. She was still waking up with terrible cramps in her calf muscles. She worked in a hospital and did a lot of walking around in a hospital. She was a respiratory therapist. And one day she got in a bind there in the hallway, leaning against the wall, trying to beat a cramp out of her leg. And one of the older nurses told her to follow her and went to the little locker room area and pulled out some floss, told her to take off her shoe and I guess stocking. I don't know. Probably not. Mom wasn't a big stocking type lady, but probably a sock. Anyway, and she then proceeded to take a piece of floss and tie it around her big toe, not tightly, just enough so that it would stay in place with a nice big bow for ease of access, getting it off again, and told her just going about her day and she would not have another cramp. Well, she didn't. And she began to sleep with a piece of floss tied around her toe on both feet to keep that from happening at night, and it began to work. And so she didn't have any more night cramps with her legs or her feet or in her toes or any of that. And over time began to figure out that the ponytail holder that's designed for children, the smaller size one that's a little bit bigger than a quarter, fit perfectly on her toe. And so she would use that instead of tying a piece of string. So anytime she was barefooted or wearing flip-flops or sandals or whatever around the house, you would see mom with, like, you know, a blue ponytail holder on one toe and maybe a red one on the other, or black or whatever. She even, like, my uncle, he walked in and probably was spending the weekend there or whatever, and there she was. Carlin, why do you have ponytail holders on your fucking toes? And so she told him, and it turns out he had been taking quinine for years for night cramps with his legs and feet, and it did no whole lot of nothing. So he began to tie, or he may even have gotten a ponytail holder from mom. I don't know. It depends on the size of the toe, I guess. But yeah, he began to do it, tie or ponytail up his toe, and stopped having night cramps. And of course, I've been doing it my whole life, every time I have cramps. So yesterday in the pool, I was doing some new maneuvers there with our instructor, and I began to have some cramps. So that's what I was looking for the floss for. Well, that was a long story, I know. But yeah, if you have cramps, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV or even on YouTube. But I know that when I tie a fucking string around my toe, I don't get freaking cramps. I drink gallons of water a day, Laura. It's yeah. It's a thing. It's a genetic thing, obviously, since me and my mom and my uncle all dealt with it. Excessive amounts of, what is it, lactic acid that you contain in your muscles that you're trying to squeeze out. Is that correct? Lactic?
I think that's right.
I think that's right. Mustard, NDB says, will stop cramps. Don't know about that one. All I do know for sure is I'm currently tying a piece of string around my big toe. All I can tell you 100%. I would show y'all, but I'd have to charge.
Gotta soak your big toe in mustard and then wrap a string around it.
And then wrap it in. There you go. Yeah, I didn't know it was a process. Oh, you may have to talk amongst yourself for a second, Josh. I can't sink and tie a bow on my toe. Are you serious? Come on.
Well,
shit. I slipped it. There it goes. Perfect.
Let's see what else. Shit, I don't know. Seems like I had stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. I got my toe done. Walt string theory. I love it. Thank you.
Much love, Connie. Many, many thanks. It is greatly appreciated. We love you too.
Well, thank you, Connie. I don't know what happened, but thank you.
Connie just sent us a little money over there on the PayPal.
Thank you, Connie. I love you. I loved you anyway, though. You didn't have to pay me. I just love you a long time if you pay me. Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry.
It may not be a long time, but I promise
what?
It'll be long enough.
Regina is saying they won't send her our merchandise because she lives in Australia. Is that really the case?
What?
Really? Really? What's up, Chris? That's yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I didn't know we had embargoes against Australia. I'm number one. I'm number one. Toe fishing. Oh, y'all are funny. Did I say hey to Tanya? I don't know if I did. Hey, Tanya, if I didn't. I try to keep up, man. What's up, Louie? What's up, Louie, in the house? I don't see you here this early in the morning often, sir, but it is good to see you there. It's probably this Teesprings thing, right? That's exactly what I was thinking, Justin. That it's Teesprings trip. I've looked at other sites just to see, what, and it seems like they all had an excessive shipping thing when I would check into them back. This is back in the day, and that's kind of why I think we went with Teespring or something. It may not be. It could be the only one that worked back then. I don't know. There's a few of them out there. I guess we could try. Unavailable. Well, I've heard, yeah, there you go. I've heard Australia wasn't real. Exactly, Regina. That's what I was beginning to wonder. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do about that one unless we just find a new distributor of T-shirtings.
Which may be something we have to do.
Well, yeah, if they won't send them to Regina. Let's see. Why? Let's find out, shall we? Well, I didn't even have to type it all in. Apparently it's an issue. Teespring has temporarily stopped shipping to Australia from the USA due to fulfillment and shipping issues. While they don't specify the exact reason, it's likely related to logistical challenges or specific restrictions in shipping to a non-existent continent. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So they stopped shipping to Australia for fulfillment and shipping issues?
Yeah.
So, okay. They can't pick up the shirt and put it in an envelope to fulfill the order or post it and put it in the post to mail.
You ever tried to spell Australia without looking it up?
And I could understand if they're having shipping issues. Maybe it's taking so long for the container ships of mail to finally be full enough to leave the harbor that it just doesn't make any sense for all that mail to sit there going nowhere, and we're just going to stop doing the mail to Australia from Teespring only. But the fulfillment, you just can't fulfill an order to Australia. New Zealand, I can fulfill that order, but I just can't figure out how to fulfill an order to Australia.
Here we go. Apparently, whoa. I may not have needed to click on this site because now I'm in a different language. Oh no, there's normal languages. Okay, I don't understand, but whatever. Apparently, collisexpat.com will take our Teespring purchases and deliver them to anywhere in the world. They currently have a 3.5 on Trustpilot. 3.5 stars. Uh-oh. Rizzo, what did you just do? Did you just order me a t-shirt and go send it to Australia? Get down, sweetie. Come on. I'm down, sweetie. There you go. No, do not turn on carrot browsing, please. I don't know what this is. We'll look into it, though, Regina, and see what it is and if it actually works. Or are they just taking our money? Yeah, apparently it's a whole thing. I see other people down in Reddit chats and all that talking about how difficult it is for shipping in Australia. Again, fake continent, what do you expect? Come on, baby, you got to get off the keyboard.
It's just so difficult. Shipping things. Taking something and putting it somewhere else is so fucking hard.
So crazy. You gonna lay right there? Okay, lay right there.
Oh, you know what? I totally got sidetracked.
Oh, man.
I meant to explain earlier because Liz asked on Patreon, what is a dugout? She understood it's what was in the picture. She just didn't know what that thing in the picture being called the dugout was. Right. So for those of you that don't know, it's just a piece of wood. And you dig out a couple different spots. One little spot's going to hold all your flowers and your herbs, and the other spot's going to hold your tiny little straight one-hitter pipe. And it all is self-contained right there. Right there. If you look, there's 2 holes that have been dug out of the block of wood, and then a little swivel lid that gets put on top of it. So then it's all self-contained and it fits right in your pocket.
If it's fancy, it's got a swivel lid. In the old days, it was just a little wooden slider that you would drop and have to look all over for.
Yeah, I didn't have one of those. I just get the 2 holes in the one hitter. See how good I did there?
Yeah,
no dirty jokes.
You did very nicely.
All right. I can't figure out how to get to the creation part over there on Teespring. That's the only link I have. Takes me right to the store.
Right.
I don't see how to move over to the creator
it's the whole
portal.
Thing.
Probably
yeah, I don't. They've changed that site so much since I dealt with it. Like literally, in the last 2 or 3 months, I've used it to make that president T-shirt, and since then it's changed. Hi, Rizzo. I'm sorry. Hi, Ripley. How are you, sweetie Petey? Huh? What you doing? You gonna get on the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Okay. She is in the box. She's been very box kitty lately. Let me see. Can I get her? You've got me small again. Make me big. Is that? How do I make that happen? Is that really something they've done here? Or did you do this?
I don't control your teams. The view on your screen is not going to be the view on mine.
Okay. If you as a speaker. Hello? Yeah, I'm still not seeing me.
You went to the view?
Be something you've done. I did go, and I hate those ladies.
I'm on gallery.
Wait, what?
I can go to together mode.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm on gallery. I'm at the bottom small. I'm on
see, I don't
speaker. I'm at the bottom small. I'm on together mode, and I'm now big and got weird shit happening that don't make sense. Like mutated, weird, I'm a tree. Hello, I'm a tree.
I'm a tree.
So yeah, it's something they must have done when they stepped on the computer keyboard. Full screen? Would that do it? Oh God, no. Oh no, what happened? F11, where are you?
So here's what I do, Walter. There's right down there by the name, there's the 3 little dots. I just kick those 3 little dots and I'll pin it.
Well,
that way I know it's always going to be displayed because it's pinned. Usually I'll pin you and I'll pin Zack. That way I know that's not going to change unless, of course, now Zack leaves.
Right.
Then if you and Zack are pinned, then I can talk and people can come and go and it's not going to affect that because you're pinned.
And this is Rizzo, the black and white kitty here that's about to step on the keyboard. And we got Ripley over here in the box. The mess. Sorry about the mess. She's in the box. Hey, sweetie Petey. Hey, baby. Hey, my baby. What? What did he got? You smell the pineapple muffins? Yeah, you smell those pineapple muffins? You can't have them. He's a sweetie? He's a sweetie? Yeah. She's a super sweetie. That's why she's hardly ever in here bugging Daddy. She's such a good girl. Yeah. Old Ripple. Old Rippleton. Jay McGillicuddy. Yeah, you know your name, huh? Yeah. Uh-oh. Coming back. You coming back too? Yeah. All right, that's enough kitty camp. You got to pay extra for the kitty camp. If you use a picture of a cat. Right, exactly, Raven. Trust me. If I put a square piece of paper on the table and turn around 5 seconds and turn back, one of them is sitting on it. Cat trap is real.
We done blowed through that break, Walter.
Oh, we did. Like we had something to talk about all
right.
the time.
Right? Like we were super important conversating.
All right. I'm guessing you have a song ready?
I do.
For another one.
I saw one. Zack posted one earlier in the week. Probably getting ready for Monday morning that I bailed on. So we'll play that one now because we've got 30 more minutes of the Ironworks coming up right after this. So don't you guys go anywhere. Here's a little bit of Otis Redding.
Got dreams to remember. I've got dreams to remember. Honey, I saw you there last night. Another man's arms holding you tight. Nobody knows what I feel inside. All I know, I walked away and cried. I've got dreams to remember. Listen to me. I've got dreams, rough dreams to remember. I know you said he was just a friend, but I saw him kiss you again and again. These eyes of mine, they don't fool me. Why did he hold you so tenderly? I've got dreams to remember. Listen, honey. I've got dreams, rough dreams to remember. I still want you to stay. I still love you anyway. I don't want you to ever leave. Girl, you just satisfy me. Ooh-wee. I know you said he was just a friend, but I saw you kiss him again and again. These eyes of mine, they don't fool me. Why did he hold you so tenderly? I've got dreams to remember. Listen to me, mama. I've got dreams to remember. Don't make me suffer. Don't let me. I've got dreams, bad dreams to remember.
Good morning, we talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back, fourth and final segment of the IRONWORX, kicking off this fine Wednesday morning.
Yep. You can only fold paper 7 times. How crazy is that? Writes Regina Gilby in chat. Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
No matter what size the sheet of paper.
Nope, it doesn't matter how small, how thick, how thin, how whatever. What happens at the 7th fold, Regina? Brian CB asked there in chat. You get into this whole space-time portal thing. You got to be careful. I'll have that song in my head all day now, thanks. What's up, Ginger Sugar Bush? I missed you a while ago. I saw your name and meant to type hello, and I did not do it. So I will do it now with one hand. I'm typing with one hand. Ha ha.
Gross.
I have a cat.
I don't care what you call it. It's gross.
Well, I guess we should be more specific. Fold it over into itself. Is that better? More said, yeah, you can fan it all day. That's not what we're talking about. Fold it over itself 7 times. Yeah, indeed. Let me go look. I think I threw something in the pile here. Yeah, man, I really don't like what's going on anymore now. It's really frustrating me.
Me too. But could you be more specific?
It's ridiculous. Well, it's ridiculous that I can't see any of the stories I drop now. And it's fucking useless out.
Yeah, we need to switch over to, I guess we could try Discord.
I don't know what, but it's ridiculous because I've got to sit and hope that one of these is a story that I want to use and click on it and hope it is. And if it's not, then I got to close it and go back and look again.
Stupid. Good morning, Dawn. Yeah, we were supposed to be here on Monday morning, but we were doing a show on Sunday over there on the tinfoil sombrero, Walter and I, and my internet went out. I wasn't able to finish the show, and it was still out come Monday morning, and wasn't able to start our show. So, not taking the week off, just unable to get online Monday morning. But we're here this morning, and we plan to be here on Friday morning. That's the plan. What else?
Well, again, I'm looking through these little useless, tiny little purple fucking things that don't tell me what the story is, trying to find the one. Oh, here it is. Okay, so remember, every third story for about a year telling us that, you bad humans, you're slowing down the earth with all these things you're doing. Walking around, driving, and building dams, and slowing down the Earth's rotation, right? Remember all that?
You do?
Well, guess what? Say goodbye to your 24-hour day. because an astrophysicist was warning us the Earth's rotation is accelerating, and we could now experience the shortest days in history in just a matter of weeks.
All right.
I love that.
I just need you to explain the first sentence of this story, if you don't mind, sir. I read it.
Wait.
I read it
on the red part.
The black part.
Our planet is speeding up. Yes, like Hamilton when he reaches a corner.
What the fuck does that mean?
What's that mean?
I was hoping you could tell me. I have no idea.
Anybody in chat knows what the fuck that's referencing? What the fuck?
Like, yeah, I have no clue what that is supposed to mean. Is that like a reference to the musical that I don't know because I've never seen?
Because I've never forced myself to sit in front of it, right? I'll have to ask old AI what that means because I want to know.
Like Hamilton when he reaches a corner. What was that? It wasn't the Looney Tunes, but it was like the little kids. It wasn't Porky Pig, but wasn't there a cartoon, Hamilton the Pig?
That was Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons or some shit, yeah. Trying to think how many Hamiltons it's going to refer to. I don't know.
Nothing here except for referencing the Hamilton Bird duel and the Broadway play. Nothing about corners or speeding up when you get to them. What the fuck? Anybody in chat helping us yet?
No. Yeah, I have no clue. Like, what could that... Just, it's one of those AI hallucinations,
Hamilton
I think.
is an F1 champion. Okay. Lewis Hamilton is an F1 driver, Militano tells us, and Mr. DeWan tells us Hamilton is an F1 champion. Well, that would be why I don't know, because it is sport ball adjacent.
Oh, wow. What a horrible, horrible reference.
That just blew the whole story right there. So, yeah, whatever. It's just ironic to me. The story basically is all bullshit, as we all know. Oh, wait, what is this image they've got here? Because that's real. In about 50 billion years, Earth's rotation will synchronize with the moon's orbit, and there will be no tides. So no surfing for you. Oh my God. There you go. From slowing down to speeding up. We've done it. We've done it. Go humans.
So no tides because the moon has suddenly become, or will become in a billion years, the moon will become synchronously locked with the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Allegedly.
All right.
Allegedly.
Why not? What does Hamilton do at the straightaways?
Slows the fuck down.
Well, you'll never win a race that way. I don't care how fast you go around the corner. If you're not speeding up at the straightaways, you're going to lose. But he must be. How else could you speed up?
What is this thing?
On a turn.
Sorry.
Unless you're already going slow enough to be able to speed up. Like, you're not going balls to the wall max RPMs going into the turn. You're just driving like, oh, here comes my left-hand turn. Better go ahead and speed up. All right, I'm going to stop before I just spin out on that stupid fucking sentence.
Wow. Not only are these links completely unreadable and basically useless, but they're incorrect.
Are you on your
There's
phone? Like, I'm seeing all these links, but it's on my computer.
No, I'm on my computer, dude.
What the hell?
Here's what I'm seeing. Let me show you. Oh, shit. Now how do I do that? I love this app in ways I can't explain to you. Screen share. Okay. Here's what mine looks like.
Oh, wait. I don't.
Are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing. That's a little ridiculous.
What does this do me? How's this helping me?
I don't know.
And what's aggravating is, for a little while there, they were dropping correct at the beginning of all this, wherever it was. I don't know. There was some early on that were dropping with the whole thing there, so you could see them. But even the ones you guys dropped, only hit and miss showing me a picture or an actual sentence, or it's fucking ridiculous. I hate this app. It's probably a setting I have to adjust, but I shouldn't have to. I should be able to fucking use the app in a fucking useful way. Sorry, guys. I'm very frustrated with this app. It's become untenable at this point. Oh, useless app. But yeah, most of those do get dropped from my phone. That's usually where I'm reading Yugle. That's where I'm reading Yugle and putting these shitty stories in to laugh upon. And yet I can't now because phone crap. And I'm sure it's some kind of setting that I could fix. But yeah, whatever.
Are you seeing mine? Here's how mine shows.
No, let me go to yours. Yeah, wonderful. That's what I'm looking for right there. What you're seeing is what I'm looking for. So that I could go, oh yeah, the 8 things boomers can do that we would, like, Gen Z wouldn't last a day. Or a song that I didn't drop. Like that song, Sun's Coming Down, don't even know what that is.
You did not drop this?
I didn't drop that song. Nope. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I hate this app. And it could be that I'm dealing with new phones too. I get that, but still, oh man.
You didn't drop this song by J.J. Gray and the Mofro?
I don't know who the fuck that is, Josh. Nor do I know what that song is.
Well, there's only one.
That thing above it. That's in another language. Noticia medio ambiguo. What is that?
El Peridico Verde.
Thank you for clarifying that. Give up on this app. Sorry, guys. We didn't mean to have a production breakdown in front of y'all. But yeah, this app sucks. As you see, Josh gets to see it and I don't. But whatever.
Whatever.
So things that we used to do that Gen Z would flip the fuck out. Number one, oh, hi, Mama. You going to stand on the keyboard for me? Drink it from the garden hose. Man, I remember that taste.
Rubber with a hint of metal?
Yeah. That was number one. Number two, riding bikes with no helmets. There was one? Riding bikes with no helmets. How about building cinder block ramps on the edge of hills with my brother and sister laying long ways on the ground for me to jump them? Riding bikes, right. Being Evil Knievel, thank you. Number three, waiting for your favorite song on the radio. I do remember that awfully well. Sitting there with my cassette tape ready to go, fingers over record and play at the same time, waiting for that song music to start and praying that the fucking DJ wouldn't talk over it till the vocals, and they inevitably would. Inevitably they would. Number four, getting dropped off and being told, be home before dark. Getting dropped off, hell, that was every day. was like, go outside and don't fucking come back until the streetlights come on.
Yeah, but I think this was a pretty unique to the author. Like, what you're describing, Walter, is something I did. My parents were like, go outside and play and don't come back till dark. And I would go outside and I would play in the woods and play with the neighbors and come home maybe at lunchtime, but usually before it got dark. What never happened to me was my parents would load me up in the car, drive me out off into the woods and drop me off and be like, all right, now don't come home until it's dark.
Right. Find your way home, fucker. Hey, Bender. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Well, I mean, that happened too, though, for me. I mean, dropped off at the ball field, dropped off at the mall, dropped off wherever, because I didn't have my license yet. Of course, that didn't stop me from driving. When I was fucking 7, I was driving. But, yeah, not legally. Anyway.
I was too
Number
far out in the
5.
woods. Go ahead.
What was it? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said I was too far out in the woods.
Well, that's why I was driving at 7, is we would hop on back roads and Mama would let me drive so I could know how to drive. I did that with Quentin as well. I took him all up and down the back Canefield and Levy Roads, turned him loose so that when he got to the age, it wouldn't be a mystery to him. Number 5 ties in, I guess, to driving. Using a paper map and not getting lost. Well, I don't know about the not getting lost part, but definitely I used many a paper map. I also used many a map drawn by my uncle as I was doing a hotshot run to some rig back in some woods on roads where the trees are literally closing in and getting closer and closer and closer to the fucking truck I'm in, to the point that I'm about to stop to see what the fuck. And yeah, that was always fun. But I also was able to, usually find my way through that. And if you drop me off on a corner somewhere, I usually could get somewhere else. I mean, directions were always pretty good. Which was great when I started playing first-person video games, because I could surely get my way around a map really easily, since I was very directionally aware, spatially aware, whatever. Oh, yeah. So anyway, number 6, talking on the phone with your parents in the next room. Next room, shit, sitting in the living room with you? How about that? And we didn't have that long 80-foot kitchen cord that you could take to the bathroom and hide away. It was right there in the living room. Like, I can remember when we finally got a cord long enough to drag the whole phone down the hall, and I could stretch it a little bit and get to my door of my room and shut it when I would talk to my girlfriend finally at about, 15, I guess.
Cords are a thing that, Gen Z may not necessarily get into, but long distance charges. Like, I don't care about the size of the cord. It's those God blessed long distance charges and the way they set up the long distance areas.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is, or even was, at 14 years old to rack up a $300 phone bill talking to your girlfriend just the next town over, because for some God blessed reason they decided to consider that long distance? Oh, my dad would get so pissed because I just fall asleep with her on the phone.
Right. You hang up. No, you hang up.
Shout out to Terry.
Right. Where was I? I think I missed one.
You're 6, maybe you're 7.
Yeah, making mistakes without the internet documenting it forever. Well, yeah. I mean, there were Polaroid cameras. I have many idiot posed Polaroids floating around in a box somewhere. So it may not be able to get put up on the internet immediately, but it definitely would have been documented in certain times. I'm just glad we weren't one of those home camera families with the VCR tapes and all that. I would spend all my time making movies, probably anyway. Number 8, my favorite, going to the library to research everything. And that's literally what I did. If a new topic came up and I wasn't familiar, I headed to the fucking library. If a new word came up, I went to my room and looked it up in my big old dictionary that was there for that fucking purpose, so that I would know that word next time it came up. So I would know that chartreuse was a purple maroonish color.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm 100% sure. Me and C.W. McCoy know without a doubt what color chartreuse microbuses are. McCoy, that ain't right. C.W. McCall. Oh man, thank you. That feels better. Man, we have to leave with some convoy, right? It's dark the moon on the 6th. The Kenworth, hauling logs. Right, Choco Sherry got her first kiss at the local library. That's cutie. What, Sherry? I remember playing with the phone and getting like nuts things to happen with it. Like we would sit and do all kind of crazy like dials or whistles or whatever, and suddenly be talking to people that had an accent and shit. Listening in to somebody else's conversation. And it wasn't a party line. Oh, hey, Bender. Bender said, hey, everybody. Let me find my camera set up. Where is it? Oh, never mind. He's gone the other way now.
I see Ginger Sugarbush says he got a body camera. Some crazy stuff walking home at 1 a.m. Yeah, I bet. I bet you see all kinds of crazy stuff at 1 a.m.
Buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, good boy. He's a good boy. When he wants to be. When he's sleeping. Yeah, when he's sleeping, he's good. Yeah, he is. Well, shit, we just about done a show up here.
We did. There's only a couple minutes left. Sure.
Well, thank y'all for hanging out. We're not really sure yet what Friday will bring. I doubt we're going to do an afternoon show until we actually have a guest lined up. And the only way that's going to happen is if we line up some guests. So we're going to get there, I promise. I'm getting my meds worked and I'm getting my normalcy back. Taking the extra day off from Monday mornings has helped, although I may be coming back around on Mondays just so that you don't sit here for an hour and a half by yourself.
Well, I might actually have to, plan something if that's going to be the case.
Well, that's what
I don't want to make you get up early and miss your sleep.
I don't mind. I needed the rest.
I'm not going to catch the wrath of Shell. You can catch the wrath of Shell.
I blame you on it. That's what I'm going to blame. Say, Josh told me I had to get up. He said I did. Don't you know your DOI decimal system? Anybody? No. All right. It was UHF. Conan the librarian.
Apparently the library was the place to be.
Yeah, especially with Sherry, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Don was on the swing set, though, smooching away. I was standing on a sawhorse out the back of my girlfriend's parents' house. Because her window was very high up, it wasn't easily accessible. So I was standing on a sawhorse outside her window talking, and then we kissed. And I tried not to fall off the sawhorse.
Seems like mine might have been on a school bus. Did a lot of my naughty no-nos on a school bus.
Right. Sherry said next show topic. When was everyone's first kiss? Well, you got mine and Josh's now, so we'll have to get Zack and Cami and find out.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Love you guys.
Love y'all.
We'll see you all back here on Friday. Much love. Have a great rest of your week. Be good. Be well. Do good. Do it well. Bye-bye.
By golly, it's clear to Flagtown. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a big 10-4 there, Big Benny. Yeah, we definitely got the front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive, it looks like we've got us a convoy.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling log.